Attention! There will be a lot of glazing and simping ahead. You've been warned. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is T.E. Laurence, and to the fans of Justice the Awesome Demon, thou can rejoice. Because today, we are finally gonna discuss why Justice is best girl. Oh my, what a surprise, another simp for Justice. Well, hold up there, dear viewer. I know many of you non-Justice fans are sick of all her glazing in the fandom, from the subreddit to hashtag HBJAwesomeWeek on Twitter. But hear me out and allow me, T.E. Laurence, to properly play her advocate. Now, I will preface by stating that my goal is not to invalidate your favorite demon girls, nor convince you that Justice should be your favorite girl. But, what is undeniable is that she is the most popular within the fandom. Therefore, even if Justice isn't your favorite, this video will showcase why she consistently and deservedly lands the #1 spot within the fandom, as well as the S category on many people's tier lists. Remember, there's a reason why Justice is the awesome demon. Before we begin, enjoy the speed paint of Justice as a boxing athlete in the 2024 Paris Olympics. The finished piece will be shown at the end. Without further ado, Justice, the awesome demon. With her kick-ass aviators, cape coat, confident aura, and killer smile, Justice could certainly star in those classic 80s action movies. The ones where you walk away from an explosion without looking back. The ones with the line, "I'll be back." But unlike movie stars, it's not just for show and pretend play. No, Justice is truly an awesome badass that can back it all up with incredible feats. Hell, she's a former high prosecutor who defeated the one and only Beelzebub the Great Fly. If that's not badass, what is? But it's not just her badassery that makes Justice awesome. Because beneath all that Herculean Chad energy is also someone who's very friendly and down to earth. This is telling by the fact that Justice is the one demon gal who never kills you, no matter which dialogue option you pick in her stage. On the contrary, unlike the other demon girls, she'll actually cheer you on. Therefore, you never have to worry about the sword of Damocles hanging over your head. All of this is already enough to settle the point. But we're not done yet, ladies and gentlemen, because a short summary like this does not do her justice. See what I did there? Oh, come on, it wasn't that bad. Hey, come back! Therefore, as Justice's personal curator, extra research and argumentation will be presented. This will be a proper thesis, where I formally outline and solidify every argument that proves why Justice is truly best girl, and hopefully put an end to this never-ending debate. Let's begin. First and foremost, Justice is the ultimate badass. Once again, she is a former high prosecutor of hell. Before Judgment took up the mantle, it was her mentor Justice who kept order within hell. It was Justice who trained Judgment into the competent high prosecutor she is today. And once again, it was Justice who ultimately defeated Beelzebub the Great Fly and banished her to the depths of the abyss, which subsequently earned her the title, the Flybreaker from heaven itself. However, just because Justice is no longer high prosecutor doesn't mean she's lost her edge. In fact, her name still commands immense fear and respect from both hell and heaven. Messing with her is a fool's gambit. Therefore, Justice isn't some feeble damsel in distress. No, Justice doesn't need any saving, and in fact, it's far more likely she'll be saving you from trouble. Whether it's something minor like dealing with a school bully, to urgent threats like hired guns coming after you, Justice has your back and will handle all threats without breaking a sweat, and with style, like the awesome demon she is. If neither side of the spiritual realms can mess with her, what mortal on earth could possibly stand up to her? Secondly, Justice is the female Greek Adonis. Listen, being a fly-kicking badass doesn't pay for itself, and it certainly doesn't pay by being an idle couch potato. So despite being retired, you best bet that Justice still maintains herself to be in tip-top shape. It may not be too obvious when she's in her casuals, but once she dons her training outfit and enters the gym, everyone will drop their equipment as all eyes go towards her with awe. In fact, I'll let the realistic fishhead explain. He does a much better job at selling the point. Go ahead, sir. Thank you, Mr. Laurence. You heard it here, folks. I am the realistic fishhead, and I fully concur that Justice is best girl. And how could she be not? Even Arnold Schwarzenegger would blush upon her sight. I mean, just look at her perfectly sculpted and chiseled body. Her juiced up biceps. Those perfectly angled back muscles. Even her pectorals outclass Mr. Hasselhoff's. And last but not least, the best prize of all, her flawless washboard abs. This is especially important because abs are Mr. Lawrence's thing. Come on, what did I tell you about keeping that under wraps? Anyways, as the realistic fishhead aptly demonstrated, Justice has great physical appeal, whose looks could definitely kill, both figuratively and literally. And to anyone that's thinking, ew, women with muscles are gross. Shut up, you're wrong. Take your insecurity elsewhere. All that said, her fitness doesn't just make her physically attractive, as it also showcases her discipline and self-care. As many of you are aware, being physically active is no easy task. There's a reason why many New Year's fitness resolutions fail within the first month. It takes tremendous discipline and willpower to push yourself to not only exercise, but also to consistently maintain an intense fitness regimen. Fortunately, the former high prosecutor cares and respects her body enough to never let herself go. To put it another way, Justice is basically Sandy Cheeks. In addition, Justice also cares and respects your body enough that she'll be more than happy to act as your personal trainer and whip you into shape. And I highly advise you to take up her offer. Because with all the excessive convenience of modern society, it is no longer an absolute necessity to be physically active, and therefore, it is very easy to neglect your health. Worry not, as Coach Justice will pump you up in the gym. You do not have to live at the gym and sculpt yourself into a Greek Adonis like Justice. But you absolutely could do better and follow her example by eating healthy and exercising consistently. You will look better, feel better, and your bedroom activities with Justice will become exponentially better. Trust me on the latter. Justice absolutely believes you could do better, but if you don't, how could you possibly be good enough for her? So, it's time to go for a run and pick up a dumbbell. And you'll have a hot demon gal with a washboard ab that will assist and cheer you on. What more could you ask for? Thirdly, Justice is an adventurous tomboy. Listen, I like each and every girl of the household. That being said though, some of them, especially Lucifer and Amadeus, do come off as very high maintenance. If you're a romantic individual who loves engaging in complicated mating rituals, go ahead. But some of us just aren't in the mood for that. Some of us just want something simple and casual. Worry not, as Justice has your back here as well. Unlike Modius, she's not a desperate and clingy gal that requires your attention 24/7. In fact, she can handle herself quite well. Unlike Lucifer, she's not high maintenance and does not require lavish courtships that destroy your wallet. In fact, she's really considerate of your finances and would rather avoid bankrupting you. Instead of a fancy restaurant, you want to just chill at an Irish pub with some Guinness and whiskey? Her answer, sure thing bro, let's get the whole bottle. Instead of an expensive shopping trip to the mall, you want to just go on a night drive while playing 80s music on the radio? Her answer, hell yeah, hope Billy Idol's on the station. And if you're feeling adventurous, you want to go on a trip to Europe, from Portugal all the way to Finland? With nothing but just your backpacks? Her answer, woo! Can't wait for some sardines and saunas! And so much more. But it isn't just hobbies and leisurely activities that make Justice great to be around with. Because with Justice, you can relax and be yourself, just as you would with your other friends. Unlike with Beelzebub, there are no mind games with her. Justice is straightforward and tells things like it is. Unlike Melina and Zadrada, you never have to worry about drama. Justice is the chillest mofo of the household. Unlike Pandamonica, you never have to worry about being subjected to sadistic torture. Harming you is the last thing Justice would ever do. All this said, some of you might think that Justice comes off more as a best friend or bro than a romantic interest. To that I say, Sometimes it takes a girl to be the best bro. Isn't that right, Mr. Realistic Fishhead? That's right, Mr. Laurence. You heard it here, folks. Unlike the other demon girls of the household, Justice isn't afraid to get her hands dirty, while still holding captivating beauty, just like the awesome tomboy she is. This is especially important because tomboys are Mr. Lawrence's thing. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Excuse us, folks. Anyways, speaking of beauty, fourthly, although she's an awesome badass and tomboy, Justice also has a caring and beautiful side. As mentioned earlier, many of you might feel that she's no different from a best guy friend and not exactly love interest material. In fact, many of you might even be intimidated by Justice, feeling not only threatened by her prowess, but also feeling insecure and out of her league, just like how you felt around that popular girl you had a crush on back in high school. But fear not, Justice stands, because as much as an awesome badass she is, she's also very approachable, down to earth, and genuinely caring. Because unlike that popular girl back in high school, Justice will approach you and wants to get to know you. When no one else will sit down with you at your table during lunchtime, Justice will plant her tushy on the seat next to you and scooch over towards you with a bright smile. Justice will actually be interested in you as a person, listening to your hobbies and life goals with genuine interest. She actually cares about your well-being, ensuring not only your physical well-being, but also cheering you up when you're feeling down and providing genuine and encouraging advice. And when no one in your life, even your own family, doesn't believe in you, Justice will not just believe in you, but also believe in the best in you. Because as much as Justice is a badass tomboy, she is still a woman. A woman who also retains her caring and empathetic instincts. So whenever you feel down, you best bet she'll wrap herself around you and give you a warm embrace, like the loving woman she is. As a bonus, Justice is great at baking sweets, especially apple pies. So much so that she's on par with some of the best pastry chefs in France. But anything Justice makes is made with her love, which is why those Frenchies have nothing on her. So if you have a sweet tooth, you're in luck. And lastly, Justice may be quite casual and low maintenance with her appearance, but that doesn't mean that she can't dress up every now and then. In fact, when she does decide on those rare occasions, boy, she be looking hella fine. Whether it's at the gym or at a fancy ball, she is always at the center of the attention. Sorry, Lucifer. Wow, that's a lot of glazing so far. Warned you from the beginning. All of this being said, however, I know there will still be some skeptics of the awesome demon, and I know exactly what you guys are thinking. But Laurence, she's blind, therefore she'll be a hassle to deal with. To that I say, you're wrong. Because remember, Justice is a demon, not a regular mortal. Her eyes may no longer function, but that doesn't mean Justice still can't quote-unquote see. Just like how Daredevil uses echolocation to map out his surroundings, Justice absolutely uses the same abilities, and maybe even other supernatural abilities to sense the world around her, which is why she has no trouble living her everyday life like everyone else. So nice try there, bud. Also, her being blind also means she won't judge you based on your looks. No, she would rather get a feel of you from head to toe. And even if Justice wasn't blind, she still wouldn't judge you by your looks because that's how awesome she is. But Laurence, Justice is apathetic, therefore she doesn't actually care about you. To that I say, you know what? I can somewhat see your point. On the surface, Justice is someone who's so carefree that she has no regards for responsibilities or rules. But that's not to say that Justice is apathetic in the sense that she lacks all empathy and love. Rather, for Justice, life's too fleeting to be so hung up on things. If anything her pyrrhic battle with the Great Fly has taught her, it's that nothing in life lasts forever, and that your world could change overnight without warning. Justice has the wisdom to accept that the majority of what happens in our world is beyond her control, and the best she can do is live life to the fullest at the moment. So why let arbitrary things like rules and responsibilities stop her from truly living life? You cannot control the world, but you can absolutely control how you react to it. Therefore, does this outlook make Justice any less loving or caring? On the contrary, it makes her cherish it even more, knowing how fleeting life can be. Rather than apathy, a more accurate way to describe Justice's outlook is that she is at peace, something many of us mere mortals also ultimately strive for, yet struggle to. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, Justice is an S-tier best girl, who very much deserves the #1 spot. She's a badass tomboy with killer washboard abs, while also being one of the chillest and down-to-earth girls that cares for you. Justice is not just great girlfriend material, but she's also your best friend, personal trainer, bodyguard, and wife, all combined into one whole package. To put it another way, Justice is best girl because she will never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Why thank you. Yeah. Anyways, to all the Justice fans, what do you love about the awesome demon? And is there anything you would like to add? Comment below if you do. Also, what did you think of my singing? Please be nice. And to all the non-Justice fans, before you type your angry comments, remember, the one thing the whole fandom agrees on is that all girls are best girls, but Justice will always prevail over all. And of course, here's the finished drawing of Justice the Boxing Demon. Can't think of a more fitting event for the awesome demon, especially considering her iconic red gloves. In fact, when I was still doing the martial arts series, boxing was another choice for Justice before I chose judo for her. But I guess the Paris Olympics gave me another opportunity to do both of them anyways. In any case, I pity the poor soul who has to face Justice on the ring. My god, this was a long video. I don't know if I'll make anything to this scale again, but the best girl deserves the best, so it's all worth it. Anyways, thanks for watching and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is T.E. Laurence signing out. Have a good one.